Today, they put up the inflatable thing. I don't know what you'd call it. They call it the inflatable castle thing. It's got a hose that hooks to the back that blows air into it. This is inflatable, and this is inflatable. And then this is like a little wading pool at the bottom. It has a place right here where you can connect the water hose. It squirts water out this way, and then the one up here squirts it down as you're going down the slide. And that's how big Spencer is to it, and then Daddy. So we were playing in there, and Mommy and Daddy and then Spencer, and then I came out to bring something to them, which I'll show you in a sec. And he was having the time of his life. Oh man, he was wired. And they have these rubber balls that come apart. You fill them with water and they're magnetically closed. They're the coolest things, I must say. And you can throw them. If you try to catch them and you don't catch them right, they burst open and water gets all over you. Or if they hit you, like if you can't catch them and they hit you, water gets all over. Now this has netting. There's netting around here so they can't fall out or anything. It's really a neat thing. And yeah, we were in there for quite some time. I got a nice sunburn, I think. Then when baby was taking a nap already by that time. What I had brought to them were homemade donuts. And I make homemade fudge frosting too. So they have homemade donuts with homemade fudge frosting. And I'm drinking my herbal tea from my First Nationer mug from Canada. Yep, my hair's naturally wavy. The reason I wear it in braids is it's cooler, keeps it out of my face, and it's cooler and everything. But I love my hair. I mean, otherwise I'd just shave it all off because, you do need to take care of it. The donuts are good. I've already had 5. Through the day, not right now. And I've been sitting here trying to learn my lines for the play most of the day. And falling asleep in the chair as I do so. Then I put it on the television, YouTube. I was watching The Curious Savage. There's one group that does a good job, and it's loud enough. Some of the productions that they put up online, you struggle to hear what they're saying, or the people aren't very good. But this UHS, whatever, I don't know where that is. It's a high school or is it a community group? I don't know. Seems to me it's a community group because there are some older actors in it. And the Dr. Emmett is older. But they all do a really good job. And I watch it trying to hear the person that does my part. Trying to hear them and try to figure out if I can memorize it by hearing them all the time. Not really. It basically is training me to see what scene comes after what scene. You know, what happens when you say these lines, what's going on. There's one that says, I hate everything, but I hate revolving doors, cuspidors, various things, and then it ends up with a word that's like a key word for the next guy to make a comment from. It is very random. It's difficult to remember. I may end up having to write it on my hand. Cheat sheet. Or on the wall or somewhere where I can only see it. I mean, and there are a lot of, and by watching it over and over, there are some really funny lines in this play. There are really good ones, too. They make you think if you really hear the lines and you think about what they're saying. It's a well-written play. I always had kind of a block to watch something like that, or, I don't know, everybody raves about it. But it's a good play. So, I'm having a hard time, falling asleep a lot. Tomorrow we have rehearsal at 5:45. Tomorrow Brian's home, so I don't have to watch wee little Winky. And it's been very, very hot. I think I have sunburn. Yeah, I'd say so. And the back of my upper back is all red. Because I was wearing a swimming suit that I have, plus some shorts that dry really quickly. Because my upper thighs are hideous. Little fat bulges and stuff. If I don't know, if I were a millionaire or something, or befriend a plastic surgeon, I'd get rid of these weird fat bulges and the fatty apron and stuff, and I'd probably be 10, maybe 15 pounds less, because I have a lot of flabby, fatty flab. And it might help my posture too, because it wouldn't hurt my back so much with all this flab hanging down in front. But, really nice, except for being really stinking hot. It was really nice today. The kitty cat's been hanging with me, and I did all the dishes are over there trying to dry, and so I can put them away. Doesn't take long. It really doesn't. When you live in a very small place, anything out of place makes a place look like a tornado went through. I feel really badly about all those people in Texas that got flooded out. I don't care for Texas and their attitude myself, but people are people. And the so-called president, did he fire them or let them go or something? There are various agencies in this country, like the National Oceanic and, it's the people that keep track of the weather and let you know if there's an impending storm or tornado or flood or whatever coming. Well, he got rid of all that. He sacked that department. And he also sacked FEMA, which is a federal program to help people that have been through natural disasters, like tornadoes or floods or hurricanes. He sacked those people too. And all of a sudden, we're entering the hurricane season for the southeast, Florida and the Gulf of Mexico area. And these horrible, horrible storms came in, and it rained and rained and rained, and there's parts of San Antonio that are just totally devastated with the rain and flooding. There's a camp there was like a campfire girls type of camp where there's, I think, 20 or 21 girls that are unaccounted for. They were probably swept away in the current. Who knows? We don't know. And people are crying out for help, and there's no help to be given. Thanks to this orange-faced buffoon. And who knows? Shortly, things like this comment will probably be erased and not let out in the public. That's what dictators do. That's what dickheads do. They show you what they want you to see. And it's really horrible. And it seems like all I can do is just sit and watch it happen. And now I understand. I used to ask, why did those people in Germany let all that crap happen? Why did they let the Nazis come in and take over and take people from their houses without any excuse? And why? Why didn't they stop them? And now I'm in the middle of it. This country's in the middle of it. It's like being married to an abusive person. It's an abusive relationship. You don't like it, but you're not sure what to do and how to do it. You want out of there, but you don't know how. Will they come after you? Will it be revenge? Will they do even more to you and your family? They threaten to. And that's why people say, well, I would have left him. It's easier said than done. So, we can, as long as we have free speech still, we can gather and we can say we don't like this. Even if there's not much we can physically do about it, people have changed things by boycotting businesses. And, it hits these weenie butts, it hits them hard in the pocketbook. So if they are affected in the pocketbook, then things might get changed. But orange-faced buffoon is letting them have carte blanche. He's taking all the restrictions away, giving them all this free range so that he can be the greatest weenie head of all times, and they'll bow down to him and all that crap. That's sick. That is sick. I don't care who it is. Now, if it was a woman doing all this, I think they probably would have stopped her by now. Because there's a lot of guys that don't think women are citizens. They're second rate and all that. I think if it were a woman in charge doing all this crap, they would have stopped her by now. But it's that male macho machismo pride bullshit that keeps these guys going. That and the believing in his promises. He might say, well, I will do this and I will do that. He does some things, but they are bad and they are not good, and we're going backwards. Our society mores and everything are going backwards. Back to archaic times if we let him. We can't let that happen. We have progressed as a society, as a nation, as a people, as a collective brain, whatever. We progressed. We can't go backwards just for one weenie butt. Yeah, I call them weenie butts because that's my swear word in front of Spencer. Somebody cuts you off in traffic or they do something really stupid, he's a weenie butt. I don't feel bad saying weenie butt. Now, if I were to say asshole, it does sound kind of bad, and if you say asshole all the time, it makes you look pretty bad. If you say weenie butt, people just, it's kind of strange, but silly sounding, but they know you mean something worse. Well, I'm going to eat my donut and drink my herbal tea, which I love. I'm so glad that they brought that back for me. Saskatoon berry, nettle, and mint. I'm going to have to order some online while we can still get things back and forth across Canada. My next time I have to send anything back or forth in Canada will be closer to Christmas. Who knows what will happen and what the society will be like by then. I still want to plan going over to Germany. I've started conversing with a famous German guy who's a musician and a comedian. At first, you get names of these people. They'll say they want to be your friend, like Dan Aykroyd. I don't think the real Dan Aykroyd wants to befriend me. Although I do believe a lot of the things that he believes in. And I'd love to talk to him at length about UFOs and things like that and other extraordinary events. But I really don't think the real Dan Aykroyd wants to be my friend. But this guy, this German guy, he's very strange and very bizarre. And so his fan base is probably not real huge. I mean, they like his music and they like his comedy, but to go beyond, going to his shows and liking him, they probably don't. Me, I'll converse. I don't speak German that well, but I do want to brush up on it. My Italian is pretty good. I have Duolingo Italian, and I can do that pretty well. But the German, I took it a long time ago, and I think I can handle it. But he messages me in German, and sometimes I have to look at the translator. There's 2 or 3 words that I'm not sure of. The rest of it I can figure out, because it's so much like English. I don't know if it's a real guy or not. He wanted a picture of me, so I gave him a picture of me drinking coffee. That's me. He said he liked the picture of me drinking coffee. But he's going to have some concerts coming up too. So if I can look at the schedule and figure it out, and I can afford to go over to Germany to see Max Rabe and the Palace Orchestra, if it's the right timing, I might be able to run into him too, which would be awesome. It'd be like, now I can die. So, I don't know. I wish I didn't have to wear glasses. When I was a kid, I thought it was really cool. It'd be cool to wear glasses. Now that I have to wear them to see and do close-up work, sewing and things like that, drawing, it's not that cool. I'm catching up on some YouTube viewing. I've been watching Curious Savage most of the day while I was doing other stuff, trying to instill those lines, Mrs. Patty's lines. It's not easy. There's one out of the 4 different times I speak, the last one is easy to remember. The third one is not too hard to remember. The first one, and the second one is really hard to remember. They're very random words that she spouts out. And I'd like to know by the playwright, who's probably long gone, is there a rhyme or reason? So I don't know. Some things rhyme, some things sound like other things, but they're so random. Yeah. Well, tomorrow's Monday. I hope y'all had a decent weekend. We did. I'm very glad. I'm very glad we did. Tomorrow I have rehearsal. Maybe I can know a little bit of my lines by then. We're doing Act 1, Scene 1. We're doing like the first half of the play. So we're supposed to know our where we go, our blocking. And hopefully some of us will know some of our lines, if not all of them. I don't know exactly when we open. I'll have to find out. This open-ended, I don't know quite when the deadlines are. I don't like that. I'm going to have to write it on the calendar because, I do watch the kiddos sometimes, so I have to know. Besides, if there's anybody that lives out here that wants to come see it, I'll have to tell them exactly when it is. Whatever. And one of the things we had to sign a little contract about, we have to make sure we publicize it to our family and friends. Of course, why wouldn't we? You're going to be in a show, why wouldn't you tell everybody you know? It's not a look at me, I'm wonderful thing. This is exciting, and I think you might like it thing. So, I've talked almost 20 minutes, so I have better shut up now. Yes, you better. I'm going to eat my donut and probably go to bed early. I went to bed on time yesterday and got up once at night and then didn't get up until it was sunny outside again. I have to work on that. And I think this herbal tea is helping a lot. I've had less back problems. So maybe it is a kidney issue. Ugh. Well, a più tardi in Italian means see you later. Till next time. Or see you later. Tardi means late, later. If you're tardy, you're late, right? Bis nächstes Mal was till next time in German. Take care of yourself. I love you. I'm glad you're there. Let's all go upward and onward.